Hey everyone, it's Alan with B&A Adventures. Today we have a little bit of a how-to. If you've been following the channel recently, you know that I've picked up a Prijon Yukon Expedition kayak recently. It's a 14.5-foot touring boat, and they've been out of production for quite a while. But when you can find one of these, you better jump on it because essentially they're unicorns. They are very rarely found in the market, and when they do, people that know what they are, they jump on it. So I was fortunate enough to find one. We went up to New Jersey and picked it up a few weeks ago. And ever since then, I've been working it to get it ready to be, seaworthy. We took a camping trip a few weeks ago. We did about 20 miles. And when we finally got to the campsite, my back was not feeling good. These kayaks, as good as they are not known for their comfort in the seat. So you'll find most people who get them will rework the seat to some degree to make it more comfortable. I did the same, and what I found out is that I didn't contour it right, I didn't get the height right. So my back was not feeling good at the end of the first day. So I decided to do something different. In addition to having the Prijon Yukon Expedition, I also have a Wilderness Systems Tsunami, and in that Tsunami is what they call a Phase 3 seat. It's one of the most comfortable on the market, and I got to thinking, how could I put the two together? Well, I'm about to show you how I did it. All right, I'm out here in the garage, and if you look around, matter of fact, I'm not even going to show you. My garage is an absolute disaster. When I get to doing things, I'm all in all the way to the end, and then all the cleanup occurs later. Well, I haven't cleaned it up yet, so I'm going to kind of keep this as a high level. But anyway, I'm standing here next to my Yukon, and as you can see, I have the Wilderness Systems Phase 3 seat back installed. That's also a Phase 3 seat pad, and that's on top of what's already there. So this is the original Prijon seat pan with a Wilderness Systems seat pad. And that's pretty standard. You find most people who have these boats will do exactly this. But where I have gone off the rails a little bit is this baby right here. What you're looking at here is my first attempt at doing a seat back for this boat. There are several people out there that go this route. This is a mini cell foam back that you buy, and then you shape it according to what you think. You build a set of brackets that fit the stock Prijon seat back. While it is comfortable to some degree, I found that I did not have any lower lumbar support. I found that I could have used a little extra height, and it just didn't give me what I thought I wanted. So that's when I switched up gears, and I ordered the Wilderness Systems Phase 3 AirPro seat back kit. And that's what you see in the boat now. Now, the problem with it is that this boat was not designed to have this seat in it. So all of the mechanisms of which you attach the seat to are completely different. So I took it upon myself to go ahead and build out what it would take to put it in. So here's how I did it. Now I will say I did not run the camera while I was doing this, so you're going to see a bunch of still photos and I'm just going to have to narrate what happened. One of the first things you have to do when you're getting ready to put one of these seats in your kayak is understand how it mounts. The seat system itself uses two 1/2-inch bosses that are the pivot point for the seat back. So you have to create a mounting point in the Prijon seat pan to accept that seat back. And the way I did it was using two 1.5 by inch aluminum angle brackets. And I was about to say channel because I used channel, but I cut one of the pieces off, one of the sides. I'm getting ready to show you the diagram of the bracket that shows the measurements. And I drew this out before I built anything just to make sure I had it right. What you're looking at here, I don't know how well you can see it, is the actual just scratch diagram. Drew it out knowing that the pivot points were 1/2 inch. I needed a hole to hook the back bungees. So what I ended up with is right here. So here's a set of brackets that I just finished up. As you can see, it's got a 1/2-inch hole up front, 7/16 hole in the back, and 2 1/4-inch holes in the bottom to accept the mounting screws. And these are all stainless and aluminum, so there's nothing as far as water goes that can mess these up. Now, if you're going to be doing this in the sea, if you're going to be actually out there cruising in salt water, you may want to put some paint on this, but you know, my preference, I don't know, I'm just going to leave it like it is. It kind of gives it that raw factor. But these are what you're going to need to actually mount the seat into the pan. What you're looking at here are a series of photos that I made. You can see where I've actually attached it to the pan, and then I mocked up the seat back within the brackets. You have to make sure you measure off at the center point and then set your brackets equal distance from center. That way you're not, you know, leaning against the seat back that's kind of pushed to one side. Here you can see where I've actually got the seat pan and the seat back mocked up. It's just sitting in the bottom of the boat. It's not anchored or anything. The seat back in its lowest position. And in this next frame, you'll see that I've got it in its extended position. And this is good because when you're out there on the long day on the water, especially if you're on flat water, you can always pop the skirt, raise the seat, and have a little bit extra comfort, you know, somewhere to lean your back against and not be working just with your lower back. So that's really what I thought was really cool about this. Here you see where I've got the seat back fully pressed down because you can extend this thing and just drop it right into the seat pan for full access to get behind the seat next to the bulkhead. Here I'm showing you the bottom side of the seat pan. In order to get the height extender to work properly, you have to run a strap from the back of the seat all the way forward to between your legs, because this is the way the wilderness system works. So what I did, I made a series of slots, one straight down from the back of the seat, and then two under dead center of the pan. You'll wonder why I did this way. If you take a good look at the picture, you can see the wear marks on the bottom of the seat to where it actually meets the bottom of the boat. You're better off not to put anything in between those two surfaces. The reason being is that as you go throughout the course of a day and you get in and out of your boat, you know, you're going to get dirt, sand, grime, whatever it is in your boat. What you don't want is for that dirt and sand and grime to get between the seat pan and that strap, and it just starts grinding into it. It will prematurely wear it, and you will have a failure sooner than you should. Now, it's also good because you shouldn't put any distance between the two, because that is a factory specification. And you know, these webbings, they do have thickness. So you would in essence be holding the pan away from the boat, and you could be causing stress against the hull, stress against the pan that wasn't intended to be there. Here you see I got the pan just sitting up on top of the boat, mocked up. Again, another side view of it. And here is where it's actually in the boat, final, all put together. You can see I've actually got the cord running around the backside. That is the stop for forward and back. So it is ready to go. You can see I've got the seat strap, the height adjustment strap running between my legs. It's kind of attached to the cup holder, and I'll explain to you in a minute how I did that. All right, we're back in the garage, and I just wanted to show you this. This is the strap that lowers the seat up and down. What I did is put a cam, and this is just a regular old strap that I modified. Essentially, I took a 10-foot strap, cut it with about 12 inches on the buckle side, and then the rest of it, you know, I'm using it to go onto the back of the seat. But this cam, if I let this cam go, you'll notice the seat comes up and down, because that cam is what's holding that seat in place. I'm going to set the camera down for a second because I do need kind of two hands to do this. If I grab the strap down here and I just push down on the seat and just grab it and just make sure that strap comes through that cam, it stays put. And then when you want to raise it back up, you just release the cam and there it goes. There's really not much to it. It's just, you know, fundamentals. But here's a picture of it laying down. As you can see, this is the cord I'm using to actually hold the back band. Wilderness Systems uses these straps, and I'm probably going to end up putting straps on these retaining bolts here, but I haven't gotten there yet. There's a place by default that you can actually connect them to in the boat, and I'm just using this strap temporarily. But then it comes back, and you can see it stops it where you want it to stop, and then you can just lay the seat down, and now you have access all the way back to the back bulkhead, and you could put anything back here. I normally put my electronics back here, This is a little retaining strap. I use a carabiner to hook this strap to all the straps that are on the GoPro. I've got the batteries, I've got the E-Tracks, and then I've got my personal items where I like to keep my keys and stuff in a dry box. They all clip into this strap. Seat goes back, and we're ready to have fun. Down here you can see a little bit of the mechanism and how the bracketry works. These are the 1/2-inch mounts that I was talking about, so you've got to make sure you drill these holes 1/2 inch and then you polish the inside of those holes. Don't leave them jagged, because as you rotate this thing, you don't want them to wear out. So I took some 120 grit sandpaper and kind of rolled it inside, polished those up real good. And this is the strap that goes up between your legs. If you'll see, there's a series of bungees. You really can't see them that well, but here they are. It keeps the seat pulled up, and then you actually have to use the strap to pull the seat down. But it runs back and forth in that track. And you can see it goes into that slot. And it was that picture I showed you a little while ago. There's a series of slots that it goes through here. You can't see where it comes into the seat pan because I've got the seat pad in the way. But then it goes back out, comes through a slot in the bottom down here. And then the buckle, this buckle has about an 8-inch strap of nylon that goes into this strap. And it's got a knot on the back side. That's what holds this buckle in place. There is never any pressure on this strap right here, so just tie a knot, it doesn't matter. All the pressure is going to be where you actually attach this buckle to this strap, and that strap's pulling it back in. So all the pressure's on the buckle, none on the strap itself. So as you can see, very nice, very comfortable, and I think I'm gonna have some really long and enjoyable days with it. Something else that I did that was a little different than most people do, you hear others talk about the seat pan, and I know Pete with River Kings does this a lot. He's done quite a few boats. So I got the idea from him, and I cut a seat pan out of a plastic container and then molded it to fit the Wilderness Systems pad. He'll show you to cut these slots, and it's for the leg lift. What I found out was that when I did it that way and put pressure on it, it basically, when this went down, these came in. So it created a tunnel effect, and it almost put my knees together, and I did not find that to be very comfortable. So I found a way around it, and instead of putting the straps directly into those slots, I used a piece of PVC. This is 1/2-inch Schedule 40 PVC. Cut a slot out of it to match the slots that are on the seat pan, and then fed the line through that piece of PVC that's a little bit longer. You can see it's about 1 inch out the side of the pan. Comes through there, it comes out of the pipe, into the strap holes, back into the pipe, comes over to the other side, does the same thing, and these are hung by a couple of deck loops. So that gives me the ability to get in here, and these things will fold right over that pipe, and I can adjust these up and down to raise the seat as I need it. But right now it's at the position that I like it, so that's great. These are two little plastic rivets that I got riveted into the pipe. I did that before I did this, so I think I could totally do away with that and I'd be fine. But anyway, that is how I did the Wilderness System seat in the Prijon Yukon Expedition. I hope this helps somebody else who wants to kind of get into this. Again, a lot of people are fine with the foam. Unfortunately, this 56-year-old back just doesn't like it that much, so I went for the comfort. So that's my deal. If you see this, you have questions, you feel free to reach out to me. I'll answer anything you want. I'm not going to get into making a bunch of these brackets for people who want a set, so that's why I'm providing you with a diagram on how to make a set of your own. You can buy the aluminum angle iron from Lowe's. Like say it's 1 inch by 1.5 inches, and then you just cut you a couple of pieces that are 2 1/4 inches long, drill your holes, polish it up, bolt them on, and you're good to go. I did get the Wilderness Systems Phase 1 AirPro seat back kit online, and I think I paid like $79. So considering the number of years I'm going to get use out of this, I think it is a fantastic deal. I hope anybody else that wants to do it can use these plans and make it their own. So that's it. Alan with B&A Adventures. Hope you enjoyed the video. Again, if you have any questions, reach out. See you later.